Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. So today we're going to talk about the overrated Draymond Green. And this actually comes from, I was watching an episode of his, but that was actually from about a year ago with Steph Curry, and they were talking about various topics. You know, they talked about the fact that LeBron said he would love to play with Steph Curry. Of course, Draymond Green took issue with the fact that people felt a certain way about LeBron James, saying that's, basically saying they try to pit the athletes against each other and whatnot. And no, Draymond, this is competition. LeBron shouldn't want to play with Steph. I mean, if you don't understand that, then that explains exactly why the league is what it is today. And they talked about various other things. And at some point, Steph Curry asked Draymond the question, does he think it's any validity to the fact that people say this generation is too buddy-buddy because they work out together and stuff like that, so that makes the league less competitive? And of course, Draymond says no, followed by he thinks today's players are smarter. And he's like, well, they literally used to beat each other up back in the day. So I guess he thinks, the fact that the game is less physical is smarter. But let's make no mistake. These players aren't as competitive. There's no way around that. There's no way to make a argument for them being, and it has much more to do. There's much more to it than just the fact that they're so buddy-buddy, even though that absolutely plays a part, I believe. But let's talk about, the whole thing about Draymond Green saying, I guess it's smarter that it's less physical today. First of all, back in the day, the game was absolutely more physical. But outside of the Detroit Pistons style of basketball, which was literally, could have hurt somebody seriously. Basketball being a physical game is what creates the greater players. It is what separates the Michael Jordans from the LeBron James. It's that ability to put obstacles up and see who can overcome it. And again, we've talked about it on this channel before. That's exactly why I believe we will definitely never see another Michael Jordan. I just did a video saying why I don't think we'll see another three-peat for quite some time, if ever in our lifetime. All of these things are why. It's because they've taken away the obstacles from the game. They've taken away the things that make the game is most challenging. And so Draymond proceeds to go on. Of course, he brings up the skills thing and talking about how this generation is more skilled because everybody can shoot the three. And he was like, everyone may not be shooting it in volume, but everyone can shoot the three. And that's not even, that is slightly true. And what I mean by that is, if you go look at the percentage, the three-point percentage average for the league in the 90s and what it is today, it's only like a couple of percentage points higher, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I just looked at it about a month ago. But it's not that much higher to justify what they're trying to justify, and to justify it saying that these players are much more skilled. And hey, Draymond, why you want to talk about everybody can shoot the three? Well, then let's talk about the fact that bigs don't have a real post game. Let's talk about the fact that everybody can't play with the contact, which again, that's a different skill, to be able to play against the physical defense. That's a different skill. To play defense is a skill. And within defense, there are several skills within that. The ability to steal the ball from another player is a steal. The difference between being able to steal the ball on while playing on ball defense versus steal the ball by jumping the passing lanes. These are different skills. The ability to block a shot. The ability to block a shot while you're guarding a man one-on-one versus the ability to block a shot because you're playing help defense or do a chase down block like the queen. Like, there are many different skills. So I'm really getting tired of the premise for people saying the modern era is more skilled is 3-point shots and dribbling. What about the other skills? What about the fundamentals? I mean, how many times do we have to say this? Again, it's like we did the live stream on Sunday with Michael Jordan fans are the best. Shout out to Michael Jordan fans are the best. Angry Old Hoops, Hoop Guide 23, Sports and Fitness Rants, and NNB Sports. Shout out to all those guys. But we did the live stream talking about why we're done with the modern NBA, or if we are done with the modern NBA. And here's the thing, like I said, it's a month or two ago, I had my fill of this season. It just got to the point to where when I'm watching the game, it is so many things that bother me that I can't unsee. Like one of the biggest things is the carrying. Like, when I see a player with his hand completely under the ball, and it's like, what are we doing? More skilled? Draymond, more skilled? What are we doing? Like, these are the things that bother me. As a matter of fact, these are the things, like, occasionally I still like to play some basketball, but normally it has to be with my peers, guys around my age, because, like, I just know how competitive I am. And if I go out here trying to play, which, like I've said before, you really have to search for a game in my city, because LeBron has not inspired everyone to play basketball like that. You can't, it's not like during the Jordan era where you could just drive to any court and pretty much guarantee that a game was going on. But, I hesitate to go try to find a game where it's going to be young people playing, because I'm like, look, if I say you put your hand on the ball, I'm calling carry. And I'm not going to let it go. Like, you're not going to convince me, oh, man, that's allowed nowadays. Like, that's just part of the game now. No. Until the rules say that you can place, the rules still say that you're not supposed to place your hand under the ball. So until the rules say that, I will never accept that. I will never accept that. So yeah, it's like they have based this whole narrative of being more skilled on shooting and dribbling. What about all the other things that go into basketball? Again, IQ is a skill. IQ is something you work on. But I feel like I'm about to stop using that word IQ, because I feel like it's misleading. What's important in basketball is developing your instincts for the game. And that's a skill. Like, you can work on that. Having the fundamentals for the game. You can work on that. You can get better at that. That's severely missing in today's NBA. And like I said, and then everything that has to do with defense. But last thing I want to say in regarding the whole today's players are smarter. Look, what actually makes you smarter? I mean, of course you have to learn, but I'm saying in sports and competition, what really makes you smarter is learning how to overcome the obstacles. So if there's more physical defense, you have to be more thoughtful about how you go to score. Not only do you have to be more thoughtful, you have to be more fearless about how you score. It's like Michael Jordan was not only thoughtful, but he was fearless as well. Like, he wasn't afraid to go to the hole and dunk over 7-footers. But he was also very thoughtful about the game. You know, if you just watch the many different ways that Michael Jordan could score, to me, those are things you develop when you have to play through physical defense. You have to think of many different ways. Not only, sometimes it's creating separation, sometimes it's knowing how to absorb the contact while still keeping your body square with the rim. Sometimes it's learning how to shoot shots when your body is not square with the rim. There are so many skills that come from the physical contact. Again, to me, that equates with smarts. It equates with being smarter about the game. So yeah, I beg to differ on this whole thing that players are smarter, because what players have done today is play through an era where they have constantly made the game easier and easier. Actually, the more research you do, and the more you really sit down and think about how you develop your game, I'm really starting to think I'm not sure how many teams how many of the average teams today could compete with the average teams of the past. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, we gonna hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that players being buddy-buddy today has led to the league being less competitive? Or do you think that is one of the things? And also, do you think, like Draymond Green, that today's players are smarter because it's not as physical? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.